Now on Good Morning Northwest, bombing in Ukraine just hours after a lengthy phone call between President Trump and Russian President Putin. They did not seal a ceasefire deal. But what came out of that call?
And we've got a dry start to the day, but it's not going to be a dry finish. How long you'll be waiting for the rain today in your first alert forecast.
And it's a race against time to save hundreds and hundreds of acres of property from flooding in North Idaho. How much time a crew has to replace a damaged river levee and who's stepping in to help. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your Wednesday with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Wednesday, March 19th. Welcome to it. We got meteorologist Matt Gray here with a look at our first alert forecast to kick off our day. Good morning, Matt.
Yeah, good morning. And finally, things are quiet here around the inland Northwest. We've been seeing some showers for the past couple of mornings. Things will be quiet, but we're watching this powerful storm system moving into the west coast. It'll be wet over on the west side. We're going to see some snow in the Cascades later on today. And eventually, that moisture will be crossing the mountains later today and begin to affect us here in the inland Northwest. As you can see, still much of the rain not even on shore yet in western Washington and western Oregon. So we've got some time here, especially with clear skies right now, that we will have most of the day to just kind of relax, not to worry about the weather too much. Temperatures will be up in the 40s here by 11 o'clock. We'll see our mostly clear skies transition over to partly cloudy and then mostly cloudy as we head into the middle and late afternoon. As that system approaches, we'll be close to 50 degrees this afternoon, and we'll have a chance for a few sprinkles, but nothing that should slow you down too much for your evening commute, with heavier rain coming in as we head into the late evening. Your timeline and your extended forecast for the rest of the week coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks. Well, this morning, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Russia launched drones and missiles into Ukraine overnight.
Yeah, Ukraine's Air Force reported a total of 72 drones shot down. Another 56 were lost in flight without causing damage. Hannah Joy's at the Breaking Now desk. And Hannah, hours before that attack, President Trump and Vladimir Putin had a meeting. What happened in it?
Yeah, Robin, that's right. President Trump and Vladimir Putin talked for about 2 hours yesterday. Trump says the call was good and very productive. Now, by the end of the call, Putin did not agree to a 30-day ceasefire deal, but he did agree to pause attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure. The former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine argues that the pause has to be more specific.
Energy and infrastructure might suggest other kinds of infrastructure, like waterworks, like maybe even hospitals, maybe police stations, these kind of things, maternity hospitals. These might be considered infrastructure, which the Russians might continue to bomb.
Both Trump and Putin agreed to move quickly toward an agreement. And as a sign of goodwill, Russia and Ukraine are set to exchange some prisoners today. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
You can show your support for Ukraine and local refugees this evening. Thrive International will hold a rally at 5:30 at its location on 4th Avenue. Yesterday, some of those Ukrainian refugees shared their fears with Eastern Washington Congressman Michael Baumgartner. Ukrainian refugees like Hannah Salenko say federal policies have made them feel less at home in America. She wants Baumgartner to understand families like hers have no home to return to in Ukraine if they're deported.
The people who take decision to go long, so far from home, they start a new life, and they want to have some product from the government or from people who totally understand your situation, not as a political situation, but the human situation.
And she wants Baumgartner to fight for the Ukrainian people and provide them with pathways to receive legalized status here. Baumgartner told 4 News Now Monday he hopes to alleviate some of those fears.
They know I've been consistent that we don't want Russia to be successful in Ukraine. We can have some differences of agreement with the Ukrainian government, but for those folks, I've been very supportive of the Ukrainian refugee community and will continue to be.
Meanwhile, Baumgartner called on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to resign after his heated argument with President Trump last month.
Well, many of the protesters who showed up in Congressman Baumgartner's town hall Monday were concerned about cuts to Medicaid. Washington Senator Maria Cantwell will visit Spokane today, hosting a roundtable discussion with several health care providers. 4 News Now will be at that discussion. Learn what comes out of it. That's tonight on 4 News Now at 5 and 6 o'clock.
Crews are working against the clock to replace failed floodgates on 4th of July Creek in Kootenai County. The East Side Highway District is worried about the area east of Highway 3 where 4th of July Creek meets the Coeur d'Alene River. The district says it has a week to replace the failed infrastructure before water levels start to rise. If the project isn't done on time, about 600 acres of land could flood as a result.
Yeah, we've been talking with Army Corps of Engineers a lot for some technical assistance on this, and everything we're building now is going to be expected to last for at least another 50 years, so that everything upstream should be protected for quite some time.
Idaho Governor's Office made a state disaster declaration to help the East Side Highway District pay for that project.
Well, tomorrow the Gonzaga Bulldogs play the Georgia Bulldogs for the first time in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
The Zags landed in Wichita, Kansas yesterday. So did our Sydney Berger, who's been following Gonzaga for their 26th straight March Madness appearance. Sydney is live now with what the players say is the key to tournament success. Hey, Sydney.
Good morning, Robin and Natalie. Yeah, the Zags thrive in the month of March, and the players even say that they're playing some of their best basketball throughout these last 4 wins. But now that they're in Wichita for the NCAA tournament, those wins and losses throughout the season do not matter. Once they earned a 9 seed against the Georgia Bulldogs, it's a clean slate. This team doesn't want to be defined by their record, and they don't want to be defined by their 8 seed. It was a lower placement than they had hoped for, but again, it doesn't matter. The Zags know they have to beat the best to win a championship. And guard Nolan Hickman says the depth throughout Gonzaga's roster is what's going to help them make a deep run.
You know, as soon as somebody sits down, right back sending another person that, you know, it's no drop-off, I think, with this team. And I think a lot of the other teams don't have that. Our bench is just strong, and I think, you know, I think that's the it factor with our team.
The Zags sit at second in the country for scoring offense, and that side of the ball usually isn't a struggle for them. But the key to recent success has been an improvement on the defense. That came to fruition, forcing St. Mary's to 18 turnovers and not allowing a single three-point shot to win the WCC championship game. The Zags are coming into this game against Georgia with a lot of momentum, but they're also coming into it with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and maybe an underdog mentality. I'll talk more about that later this morning, but for now, I'll send it back to you two in the studio.
So much fun. Can't wait to see it. Thanks, Sydney. And if you just can't get enough Gonzaga coverage, don't worry, we got you covered with live press conferences all morning long. At 9:50, the Georgia players and their head coach take questions. Then at 10:35, it's Gonzaga and Coach Mark Few. To watch, all you got to do is go to KXLY Plus. We'll be streaming them on there. And Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:07.
Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray again. Boy, it was sure windy where Sydney
looked a
is.
little
Holy
windy.
cow.
Well, you know, there's nothing but a fence post between there and Canada, so
Yeah, it's whoosh,
that's the Plain States for you. It's going to be a little breezy ourselves as we have some wet weather that's going to be coming in tonight, and then for the rest of the week, really, we're going to be dealing with some much more active weather than what we're seeing right now. Your forecast coming up shortly.
Cuts are being proposed for many of Washington's food banks. We'll tell you how this could impact our local organizations coming up.
And cleaning up downtown just ahead, why the extra push to spiffy up Spokane and who's behind it? That's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
NIU has been serving our community for over 50 years. It's a broad mix of cancer care. We see all kinds of urologic cancers and take care of those patients here.
The partnership we have allows us to deliver all the different options all in one place. With a new diagnosis of prostate cancer, you'll have all the options available, everything from the latest surgical options to the latest radiation options, and so we're happy to help with that.
Most patients are referred by their primary care doctors. Patients can certainly always pick up the phone and give us a call as well.
Welcome to Parker Toyota, the Toyota Truck Center of the Northwest. Our inventory has never been better with a huge selection from stock to fully customized trucks.
And now you can choose between a gas or hybrid powertrain. So whether you're looking for great MPGs or a 12,000-pound towing capacity, we have the truck for you.
Check out the all-new Toyota Tacoma and Tundra at your locally owned Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
It's here. It's now. The Grand National RV Show. R&R RV North Spokane is hosting the Grand National RV Show March 13th through the 22nd. Shop over 140 RVs inside the West Coast's largest indoor showroom. Motorhomes, camper vans, fifth wheels, and trailers. The time to buy is now. The Grand National RV Show March 13th through 22nd indoors at R&R RV North Spokane. Special show pricing and giveaways. Visit rnrrv.com for more info.
Over the last 63 years, we've helped so many customers. Our local owners and staff enjoy helping you select the right tire for your needs and budget.
That's right. And with Cooper Tire and other quality brands, we're still the price leaders with exceptional service, selection, and warranties.
Get special Cooper Tire pricing right now during our Perfection Anniversary celebration.
We offer free services with every tire purchase, extending the quality and life of your vehicle.
Nobody beats perfection.
And now a joke from Yolks Fresh Market. What's a basketball player's favorite cheese? Swiss.
At 6:11, here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. USAID cannot be dismantled. That's an order from a federal judge for the U.S. District Court in Maryland.
He says that the government's efforts to shut down the humanitarian aid agency likely violated the U.S. Constitution. The judge's order also cut off staffers from the Department of Government Efficiency from sharing sensitive personal data kept by USAID. President Donald Trump and his administration will appeal this ruling.
A federal judge indefinitely blocked President Trump's ban on transgender service members yesterday. It's a major defeat to a controversial policy Trump resurrected from his first term. The ban, which was set to begin later this month, could have affected an estimated 14,000 transgender troops. U.S. District Judge Anna Reyes said the administration cannot enforce the ban because it, quote, is soaked in animus and dripping with pretext. Its language is unabashedly demeaning, its policy stigmatizes transgender persons as inherently unfit, and its conclusions bear no relation to fact.
Two teenage paddleboarders are back home after a 16-hour ordeal off Florida's Gulf Coast. The two set off in a single board Monday afternoon. When they weren't back hours later, authorities launched a search effort. 3 fishermen spotted the girls. The tide had pushed them 14 miles off course. The girls say 3 times overnight a helicopter flew over them but failed to spot them. They were cold and had some scratches, but otherwise made it out okay.
And Habitat for Humanity's Women's Bill begins today in Deer Park. The event, presented by STCU, helps empower women to address the critical need for gender equity in affordable home ownership. If you want to participate, shifts are filling up fast. You can also make a donation if you want. Just go to habitatspokane.org.
Takeaways in your forecast, a calm morning for once here this morning. We'll be waiting for rain for most of the day. Expect wet weather overnight and then really for the rest of the work week as we see breezy weather Thursday.
Well, you may notice more people cleaning up downtown Spokane over the next few weeks.
With big events like the Pacific Northwest Qualifier Volleyball Tournament and the NCAA Tournament, the Women's Basketball Tournament, the city anticipates thousands of visitors through the end of the month. And that is why people are dedicating extra efforts to make the city cleaner. The Downtown Spokane Partnership cleans up downtown year-round, but for the next few weeks, they are cleaning up 7 days a week in areas that need the most help.
We are beefing up our 365-day efforts to really clean up our downtown, clean up our gateways into the city, as well as South Downtown areas where we might not spend as much time.
The Downtown Spokane Partnership is also working with the city's contracted cleanup crew and the Department of Transportation to remove graffiti along I-90 in the downtown core.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:14.
There is some good news in the 7-day forecast, and we are really excited about it, overly so. Meteorologist Matt Gray will be back with your 7-day forecast in just a bit.
And major cuts are being proposed for food banks across Washington state. What it could mean for local families who rely on those services. Allison Martinez is live and has the details. That's coming up next.
Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life. Get more for less in the Chevy Trax. Maximize every mile in the all-electric Equinox. And power through with the capable Colorado. Enjoy endless possibilities and your new Chevy. Get 2.9% financing on all 2025 Equinox models when you finance with GM Financial. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Oh, are you all right?
Hardly. I stubbed my toe really bad.
Ouch, I hate that. Still, we should get this beauty back to Northern Quest before they send out a search party. Wow, such chivalry.
Yeah? Must have hit my head. Oh. Oh.
Play daily to win a brand new Mercedes SUV.
Fred's Appliance and 4 News Now are teaming up for the Great American Flag Swap. On March 28th, bring your old, tattered flag to any Fred's location, and in exchange, you'll receive a new flag with help from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift. Let's thank veterans and military families who are serving.
Fred's Appliance is proud to partner with 4 News Now for the Great American Flag Swap. We honor the sacrifices of our military families and veterans. Visit Fred's Appliance today, trusted for over 60 years, where we sell appliances, only appliances.
I was 44, working part-time. It was my first mammogram, and they found a few cancerous places in my left breast. I didn't have any symptoms. I didn't feel sick. I didn't have a lump in my breast. There was nothing. I wasn't afraid I was going to die. My first fear was, how am I going to tell my daughter? As a result of early detection, I didn't have to do chemotherapy. I just did surgery and radiation. Was able to maintain a good quality of life, and now it's a distant memory.
For March only, buy one window or door and get the second 40% off. Plus, get an additional $750 off your entire project. Schedule your complimentary consultation. Call Renewal by Anderson today.
We're on with what's new this morning. What's happening now.
And what's next for you.
Get what's new now and next at 5 and 6 a.m.
Right here. And right here at 7A.
Because we're on all morning long. Good Morning Northwest and GMA.
When it comes to buying used vehicles, we know that there's a lot of options for you out there.
Make Colville Toyota your first option for quality used vehicles.
Before our cars hit the lot, we inspect and repair any issues that we may find. We care about our customers and our cars, and it shows with the extra TLC that we put into them.
If you're in the market for a new, used, or certified vehicle, come to Colville Toyota and buy with confidence.
Because we're your small town dealership with a big heart.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ziggy's Home Improvement.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:17. The future of many Washington's food banks is up in the air.
It's a potential side effect of Governor Bob Ferguson's plan to address Washington's historic budget shortfall. Allison Martinez is live to explain how that could impact local food banks. Allison?
Good morning. I'm here outside of the Salvation Army of Spokane's food pantry, and this one spot feeds 200 families every single day. Now, the Salvation Army's Captain David Kane says he's only seen that number continue to grow steadily over the last couple of years. And with more and more people using this resource, sometimes shelves are empty. Budget cuts could make this problem even worse. Right now, about 80% of the food comes from state and federal programs. 20% is salvaged food or comes from grocery rescue programs.
Here in our food pantry, we anticipate cuts coming. That includes the food and the resources that we receive, but it also puts in question some of the funding that funds some of our staff.
So where is this all coming from? Well, it's part of Governor Ferguson's proposal to address Washington's historic budget shortfall. During the pandemic, the state received one-time federal funding for multiple programs, including food banks. Now, those dollars are gone, so the state has backfilled that money with ongoing general fund dollars. This is what Ferguson is hoping to stop, or at least limit. And at this point in time, these proposed changes have not yet been gone into effect. They're not permanent, so we'll keep you updated with the latest on our website, KXLY.com. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
All right, Allison, thanks so much.
Ooh, look at
Wow.
this beautiful sunrise. Gorgeous morning. And we had a beautiful night last night. You know, a lot of people, well, I shouldn't say a lot. Some people were able to see the Northern Lights.
Yeah, and we'll show you that in the next half hour.
good.
We got a picture from our friends at the National Weather Service out there in the West Plains. They have one of the best spots to see it. Chilly this morning with the cool air, and this might be the last kind of notably cool morning we have for a little while with how the change in the weather patterns are coming here. You can see the sun coming up over Coeur d'Alene, coming up over the lake this morning. The moon's still out as you look to the southwest in Spokane. Our highs for today, upper 40s, low 50s. We'll start off with the beautiful sunrise and the clear skies this morning, but as we head into the afternoon, a chance for rain in places like Omak and Winthrop, even a winter mix in the Methow Valley, and we'll see cloudy skies elsewhere for your afternoon. Then for the overnight, everybody's getting some wet weather with the possibility of at least a little bit of rain-snow mix, even in some of these places where, like in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane, much warmer than we've been for many, many nights, will be in the upper 30s for lows. So something to keep in mind there. Even if we do see some wintry weather in the morning, it is much less likely to stick and hang around than it has, say, what we saw in the Palouse on Monday. Here's what we expect for this afternoon and this evening. Pretty quiet until we get towards 5, 6 o'clock. We'll start to see a little bit of light rain in those areas then. Heavier rain as you head further north and that mountain snow ongoing. A bit of heavier rain in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and south through the Palouse region down to the LC Valley at around midnight. We'll see those spotty showers continue off and on. Here's that possibility of a little bit more wintry weather in the Palouse region to as far north as Spokane and Coeur d'Alene as we start off your Thursday morning, and then spotty scattered showers for the rest of your Thursday. So a very early spring-like first day of spring in the inland Northwest. We'll keep an eye out for a little bit of slush in the Palouse region in both Washington and North Idaho, plus some light snow amounts possible in places like Medellin and Republic and in the Methow Valley for the start of the day. After that, warmer temperatures will eliminate for most of us the possibility of valley snow. Friday looks like a pretty soggy day. We get a break Saturday, Sunday, more rain, and then look at this, 60s for next week. We're going to be... It's going to be shorts and flip-flops weather. People are going to lose their minds next week, I tell you what.
They are. I think I'm going to take at least one of those days off. Oh, wait, I actually do have a scheduled day off on Monday, so
I'm going to be outside enjoying the sun.
That's right, that's right.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:22.
From Yakima to the Emerald City, Cooper Kupp is coming home. Find out what the Eastern Washington alum has to say about his move to the Seahawks. Next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you've been in a motorcycle accident, the stakes are often big.
Big injuries, immense pain, and huge medical bills.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Happy anniversary! It's been 1 year since Mistaqua Casino Hotel opened its hotel, restaurant, and event center doors. And we thank you for staying and playing at Mistaqua Casino Hotel, located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah, Washington. Relax in our comfortable hotel and indulge in wonderful dining at our hotel, restaurant, and casino cafe. Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
Where does confidence come from? It's not from within. It must be pursued. Confidence is not a mindset. It's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X. Get 5.9% APR for 84 months on Sierra heavy-duty Denali models. That's over $5,300 in average finance savings.
Start with the most exciting game on hardwood. Add the best ballers in the country, a seasoned culminating tourney, the smell of popcorn in the air, and hundreds of your closest friends absolutely losing it along with you. That's Fandom U. It's all part of the curriculum. The NCAA Division I Women's Sweet 16 and Elite 8, March 28th through the 31st in Spokane, Washington. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets. Class dismissed.
Let's read some reviews. 5 stars. My shopping experience was excellent.
We think you're excellent, Deborah.
We would buy from them again. Highly recommended.
Thanks, John, and we can't wait to see you again.
During Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale, enjoy the best shopping experience as well as low sale prices on fine home furnishings.
We also guarantee the lowest Lazy Boy prices, and we will beat any in the area.
Stop by today for 5-star shopping and great sale pricing during Kerner Furniture's Customer Appreciation Sale.
If you've been in a motorcycle accident, the stakes are often big.
Big injuries, immense pain, and huge medical bills.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Welcome back. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:25. It is officially official. The best football player ever from Eastern Washington University is now a Seattle Seahawk.
Cooper Kupp will have a chance to finish his NFL career in his home state. Kupp is from Yakima and played his entire college career as an Eastern Eagle, breaking 52 records in the process. Here's what he has to say about coming back home.
Growing up watching Seattle, watching football being a huge part of my life, and then playing in Eastern Washington. Full circle moment coming back to being able to throw on a Seattle Seahawks uniform. That's a really cool thing.
Keeping his signature jersey number 10 after striking a deal with linebacker Uchenna Nwosu. Kupp's new contract is reportedly a 3-year, $54 million deal.
Kids coming home.
Oh,
how
so exciting. Yeah,
it'll be fun to watch him play. Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:25.
President Trump intensifies his battle with federal judges, vowing to appeal a ruling that challenges his administration's job cuts and triggering a rare response from the Supreme Court's Chief Justice. Hannah Joy breaks down the latest developments next.
Plus, a man who triggered a terrifying emergency plane landing in Spokane enters a plea. What he said he did and the charges he faces, that's next. And before we go to a break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. In this morning's GMA First Look, former Bachelorette Katie Thurston opening up about her breast cancer journey.
Like the worst feeling I've ever felt. Like you're just devastated. You're so devastated. It's so shocking. As a 34-year-old woman, it's just, you're not prepared.
She says it all started when she noticed a small lump, but initially she didn't think anything of it. In February, Katie was diagnosed with stage 3 triple-positive ductal carcinoma.
It just feels like a lot of things you've had to decide very, very quickly. You're on like survival mode. Like you don't have a choice. You show up or you die. And I hate to say it that way, but like you just every day you have an appointment, every day you have to show up. You don't have a choice.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of our interview with former Bachelorette Katie Thurston. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
Touch can mean so many things, even for children with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can stir a sense of wonder, can make a ride go smoothly, and make a smile stretch ear to ear. Dupixent can help your child stay ahead of eczema with clearer skin and noticeably less itch. When a touch is all in good fun, Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists. Help your child feel the heal and see the difference. Reach out to your child's eczema specialist today.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Truck Month. The F-150 has 1.9% financing.
And $4,500 in savings.
The F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. Don't wait. The best trucks sell first. Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being the self-starter. Through your union revolution and the hope that you provide.
Hamilton in Spokane at the First Interstate Center for the Arts. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Truck Month.
Truck Month. The F-150 has 1.9% financing.
And $4,500 in savings.
The F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. Don't wait. The best trucks sell first. Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Wednesday, March 19th. Welcome to it. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray to get you started with your first alert forecast.
And for the first time this week, here at 6:30, it is quiet on live Doppler radar. Nice to see. It is not going to stay that way for the entire day. You knew we couldn't get that lucky here on this last official day of the winter season. So there's another storm right off of the coast here. It's going to move into western Washington this morning. Snow will begin on the passes at around midday. And then by the evening, we're going to start to see a little bit of wet weather moving into our area. So we have most of the day that is going to feel pretty nice. We're going to see sunshine this morning, but things cloud over in the afternoon. We'll see upper 40s, low 50s. And then as we head into the evening commute and later, we'll start off with a few light showers, a few light sprinkles, nothing that's going to be too inconvenient, with some heavier rain coming late tonight, and the possibility of a rain-snow mix again in the morning. So our active weather pattern will continue after this short break. We'll show you how long it lasts and talk about some big changes in your extended forecast coming up.
Matt, thanks. This morning, the president is escalating his fight with the courts. The Trump administration says it did not violate an order to stop the deportations of hundreds of alleged Venezuelan gang members.
It also added that those flights flew on to El Salvador despite a judge's order to turn around. Hannah Joyce at the Breaking Now desk. And Hannah, what is the Trump administration saying about this legal battle?
Natalie, the Trump administration still says it did not violate a court order. It also argues that the planes had already left the U.S. when the ruling came down. Now, President Trump is calling the judge to be impeached, and Republicans in Congress actually agree. They plan to introduce articles of impeachment against 5 judges who ruled against the president's executive orders. But Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts sent a warning to the Trump administration. He said, in part, it has been established that the impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreements concerning a judicial decision. Meanwhile, the White House did say some of the immigrants it deported did not have criminal records in the U.S. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. A man who threatened to kill everyone on board a plane forcing its emergency landing here in Spokane pleaded guilty to federal charges. Brandon Scott was flying first class on an Alaska Airlines flight from Atlanta to Seattle in July of 2023 when he passed a note to a flight attendant that said, "There is a bomb on the plane. This is not a joke." It went on to say that if the plane landed in Seattle, he would, quote, kill everyone on board. Scott was arrested on the tarmac at Spokane International and told investigators he made up the threat because he was trying to avoid being killed by a drug cartel. He'll be sentenced in May.
A wrongful death lawsuit has been filed against a Washington State Patrol trooper who allegedly hit and killed a man with her car. Investigators say that 35-year-old Sarah Clayson was off duty when she hit 20-year-old Jose Vega Sanchez. It happened on Highway 240 near Richland earlier this month. Police say Clayson declined a field sobriety test. And they later determined she was impaired at the time of the crash. She was placed on leave from WSP and charged with vehicular manslaughter.
A new report predicts the state of Washington will receive about $71 billion in revenue over the next 2 years.
But that's down about $500 million from the last forecast in November. Now, to put that number in perspective, the state budget for the last 2 years was $72 billion. The state estimates it will need to pay more moving forward to keep its services and programs. Economists say revenue growth has slowed with reductions in sales taxes, business income taxes, and interest income from state accounts. Democrats in control of the legislature are set to release their state budget proposals next Monday, which are expected to have new taxes on wealthier people to bring in more revenue.
The Gonzaga Bulldogs are on the journey to the championship, and that all starts with this first-round game against Georgia.
The Zags continue to live up to the program's history, but that doesn't mean that they are taking the opportunity to play in March Madness, of course, for granted. We got Sydney Berger joining us live again from Wichita, Kansas, on why the players aren't focused on that outside noise. Good morning, Sydney.
Good morning again. Sorry again for the wind, if you can hear it in the microphone. We are in Kansas, if any of you guys forgot. But we've heard it from head coach Mark Few a ton of times this season. With the addition of Washington State and Oregon State into the conference, with the combined already existing talent in the West Coast Conference, it's kind of been tougher for Gonzaga to guarantee their spot in March Madness. And maybe even some Zags fans felt this in the middle of the season when the team experienced some tougher losses. But from the looks of it, this mid-season lull is far behind this team, and a lot of confidence probably comes from the experience in this tournament. With some of the seniors playing in every NCAA tournament, they really don't know what it's like, what life is like without it. And the difference is an 8 seed is one of the lowest seeds these players have experienced. They haven't been this low since 2016 when they earned an 11 seed, but Ryan Nembhard says that placement isn't defining this team.
We just had this whole week to kind of prepare and work on us and figure out some things we need to figure out to get better as a team and be playing our best basketball at the right time.
The good news is their last 3 wins have been some of the Zags' best this season. And the vibes with this team are they don't care they're an 8 seed, the prep doesn't change, and they will play the way they've been showing up so far this March. A lot of people want to point to those games earlier in the season that Gonzaga wasn't able to close out, but in those 5 quad 1 losses, Gonzaga's either won by a single possession or in overtime or just by a few points. So these players are confident at this point in the season, if they did get to one of those bigger games that they needed to close out, they're confident it would flip in their direction. Guys?
Thanks, Sid. And you know, we do have to mention, of course, the Zags are in Kansas for the first time. It's also your first time in Kansas. And I know we've said it's pretty windy, but what's Wichita like so far, Sid?
Yeah, I honestly might be leaving here with one of those like tourist I Heart Kansas shirts. I'm going to be on the lookout for one. I have had honestly a great time so far. I think like Kansas and wind are synonymous like Seattle and rain are. So that's pretty much all I know so far is that it's really windy. Everyone like in the hotel elevator, that's what they've told me, just wind. And maybe all the other climates, who knows?
There you go. I hope you get some good food too, because you know Kansas City is not too far away. Well, while the tournament actually gets started tomorrow, there have already been a couple of play-in games. One at least was exciting.
Yeah, so the Zags actually start, all these first round games start Thursday and Friday, but for a couple teams, the first 4 round began yesterday and continues on today. There's 2 teams that get to now get in that field of 64. That's North Carolina beating San Diego State yesterday and Alabama State beating St. Francis. So Alabama State and UNC are continuing to play in that field of 64. And then today it's going to be Texas and Xavier fighting for a spot, and American and Mount St. Mary's fighting for a spot in the field of 64 and to just get to the first round.
Lots of excitement. The madness is already underway. Love to see it.
We get to hang on to Sydney, you know, for tomorrow too, and yeah, it's really great to have those updates.
Love it.
All right, your time is now 6:38.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at our first alert forecast. Taking a look at those passes.
Yeah, take a look at the passes. Not dust in the wind like Kansas, for sure. But what we are seeing is some nice conditions so far on our mountain passes. Not going to be that case later today or for the rest of the week. I'll have what you need to know if you are traveling for the next few days coming up.
Lawmakers in Olympia trying to address the growing child care crisis, but at what cost? The new legislation that could change qualifications for child care providers. That's next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Where winning is just the beginning.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
See your local GMC dealer.
Do you really think you can fix this? You should have just called Andy's.
I can fix it. It's just a little...
We're freezing. You should have called Andy's. Yeah, they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Should have called Andy's.
Don't be like this guy. Call Andy's Heating and Cooling. So when the weather does this, your family does this. Go to andysheating.com for details on the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Carrier, turn to the experts.
No slam dunk today, it looks like. Don't worry. I can fix this.
We want to make sure that you're really winning. We don't receive a penny until you get paid.
One call, that's all. 509-999-9999.
Your home is more than a place, it's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room. It should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
At the Coeur d'Alene Casino, we love the sound and excitement of winning. So much so that we've paid out over $73 million in 2024. That's a lot of woohoos. That's music to our ears.
Winning is just the beginning.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:41. We are keeping an eye on Washington's child care crisis as there's a new issue facing providers. Lawmakers say they want to address the child care desert in Washington as more providers are leaving the industry. House Bill 1648 increases the time a child care worker has to meet qualifications and the education they need to be a provider. But for local providers, it feels like a move in the wrong direction that could delegitimize their industry.
There's so much happening during those early years, and the less we protect the professionalism we've already gained, it's going to make these problems become even worse.
The legislation has made its way through the State House and is now going through the Senate.
Takeaways in your forecast today should be pretty calm for most of today while we wait for some rain to arrive from the west side. Most of that shows up overnight, although there will be a few sprinkles this afternoon, and wet weather continues for the rest of the week.
The Broadway hit Hamilton is returning to the First Interstate Center for the Arts. The musical will run 16 shows between April 8th and the 20th. Tickets are on sale at BroadwaySpokane.com. We were lucky enough to interview Paul Louis Lassard, the actor who plays King George in the show. He gave us all the details on the really cool costume, the tour, and more. Find it on KXLY.com.
You'll be back. It's in our head.
We
all morning.
Can't shake it.
It's all the Hamilton songs.
Now we're going to want to hurl some tea in the sea as he walks by.
Exactly.
It's now 6:42.
Well, cuts could be coming to Washington food banks as the state tries to dig itself out of a budget mess. Allison Martinez is live at the Salvation Army with how you can feel the impact.
Spokane Salvation Army Food Pantry is a resource used by many people here in our community, and some budget cuts could make the amount of people they serve have to dwindle. We'll tell you all the details coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Happy anniversary! It's been 1 year since Mistaqua Casino Hotel opened its hotel, restaurant, and event center doors. And we thank you for staying and playing at Mistaqua Casino Hotel, located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah, Washington. Relax in our comfortable hotel and indulge in wonderful dining at our hotel, restaurant, and casino cafe. Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And and a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Want to escape reality for a while? Shop downtown Coeur d'Alene and win a scenic weekend getaway. Swing by any participating business and enter to win an overnight stay at one of Coeur d'Alene's finest hotels. Plus, score an $800 shopping spree to incredible shops and eateries. Imagine yourself living it up lakeside with luxury shopping and dining just steps away. You're just one entry away from making it happen. Head over to cdadowntown.com for all the info. 2 winners, 2 dream weekends in the heart of CDA. Who's it gonna be? Maybe you.
Okay, guys, only 2 hours today. Don't be late. Okay, everybody, what do you think? 30 more minutes?
For a limited time, pay no join fee and discover why the YMCA is so much more. Join today.
Post Falls ER and Hospital open 24/7, providing premium emergency department care without the wait. From your child sports injury to urgent ambulance visits, Post Falls ER features low wait times, efficient procedures, and compassionate care. Plus, we provide state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and accept all commercial insurances. Because in an emergency, every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital, State Line near Cabela's, minutes away, hours faster.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Welcome back. It's now 6:46. Soon, empty shelves could be a more common sight at local food pantries.
Governor Bob Ferguson is proposing cuts to food pantries as a part of his plan to address Washington's historic budget shortfall. We have Allison Martinez live this morning to explain how this could impact our local food pantries. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning. I'm here outside of the Salvation Army of Spokane's food bank, and this food bank serves 200 families every single day. We were here yesterday, and there was just a constant stream of people in and out of this food bank. Now, the Salvation Army's Captain David Kane says the number of people they serve has just been continuing to grow over the last couple of years, and because of that, the amount of food the organization needs is increasing as well. Captain Kane told me they've gone through rough patches where shelves were empty and they had to call on the community for help. He says they've been lucky to receive that in the past, but potential cuts could be too big for the community to pick up the pieces.
We're seeing more and more families come to our food pantry, and they've never navigated or needed to reach out to social services before, and it's not surprising because these are difficult times.
So where is this all coming from? Well, it's part of Governor Ferguson's proposal to address Washington's historic budget shortfall. During the pandemic, the state received one-time federal funding for multiple programs, including food banks. Those dollars are gone now, so the state has backfilled that money with ongoing general fund dollars. This is what Ferguson is hoping to stop, or at least limit. In a news release, Ferguson recommended limiting the state's funding to $82 million, which is more than pre-pandemic investments, but of course less than the investments we've had for the last 3 years. Now, none of these proposals are permanent yet. Nothing is in place quite yet, but you can head to our website, kxly.com, and you'll be able to track all the latest developments. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Yeah, something we'll definitely keep you updated on. Thanks, Allison.
Sure will. Oh, take a look at this gorgeous sunrise this morning. Wow.
Love a sunrise.
Yeah, beautiful in the skies last night as well.
Yeah, our friends at the National Weather Service, they have a perfect spot when it comes to looking for the aurora during those overnight hours. Wow. And yeah, with some clear skies overnight, they did get to see the Northern Lights. Posted that to their social channels here. So fun to see the Northern Lights. It's been a while. Had either cloudy skies or it's just not as been spectacular as some of the Northern Lights events we saw last year. It's going to be cloudy tonight. Here is your Wednesday afternoon. We'll stay pretty quiet until we head towards 5, 6 o'clock around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Our Northern Valley seeing rain, some light sprinkles in the metro area. Then around midnight, another round pushing through here. This will be a little bit heavier and for the most part still rain. Now as temperatures continue to cool through the overnight, the possibility, especially on the Palouse and some of the higher benches around Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, that's where we're going to be watching for the possibility of a little wintry mix. Now, with warmer temperatures tonight than the last several nights, it's unlikely that this is going to stick in many places or make too much of an issue out on the roads in the morning, but certainly something we'll be watching right here on Good Morning Northwest tomorrow with more scattered showers for your Thursday. So that's the next couple of days. We'll definitely keep an eye out for a little bit of slush in the Palouse region, places like Republic, Medellin, and Winthrop. Also a chance tonight to add a little bit of slushy snow on board with this. And our mountain passes, going to see a few inches with the wet weather moving in today. And we will have up to another foot in the Cascades and over Lookout Pass as we head into Thursday. So check your mountain pass conditions before you are traveling for the first day of spring. For Friday, we get a break Saturday, Sunday more rain, but let's talk about what we want to talk about right here. Monday, Tuesday in the 60s. I'm sure everybody is looking forward to that. Your morning sprint right after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
This year, the outdoors is unleashed at the Bighorn Show, March 20th through 23rd at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. Veterans, first responders, and military enjoy $7 tickets on Hero Day, plus a free Dave Bray USA concert. Get tickets at bighornshow.com. Presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers get 2.9% APR for 72 months on this Silverado.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
It's the wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row, and that means every sofa, dining group, and bed is on sale. Find sofas in super soft velvet to stylish, sophisticated lounging, dining groups with gorgeous planked detailing to contemporary two-toned finishes, sleep beds with practical storage to traditional style with casual touches. Save 30% on all Doctor's Choice mattresses or get 60 months no interest. Shop today and save during the wall-to-wall sale only at Furniture Row.
Bill's Heating would like to congratulate Dino Scarpa on winning 2 tickets to the WCC tournament in Vegas.
Hey, Ben, I make this shot, you have to take me with you to Vegas. Deal?
All right, fine. But you got one shot.
Watch and learn. Okay. All right, 2 out of 3.
This year, the outdoors is unleashed at the Bighorn Show, March 20th through 23rd at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. Veterans, first responders, and military enjoy $7 tickets on Hero Day, plus a free Dave Bray USA concert. Get tickets at bighornshow.com. Presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now, 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint.
The strange, almost spring weather is back today. Meteorologist Matt Gray has that and some better news to come.
Hannah Joy is live in studio this morning with details on Russia's bombing Ukraine just hours after a lengthy phone call between President Trump and Russian President Putin.
And Allison Martinez is live explaining how cuts in the state budget could impact local food banks and families in need.
But first, Sydney Berger is live in Wichita, Kansas, gearing up for Gonzaga's first-round matchup in the NCAA tournament.
The 8-seeded Gonzaga Bulldogs are in Wichita, Kansas, taking on the 9-seeded
Georgia Bulldogs for their first round of March Madness. It's their 26th straight appearance. That means one appearance for every year Mark Few has been a head coach. They're also chasing another streak. They want the 10th Sweet 16 in a row. They right now have the longest Sweet 16 appearance streak in Division I basketball. They're obviously looking to continue that one, but they got to get through the first and second round first. Their first round game is Thursday at 1:35 Pacific time.
And if you just can't get enough of Gonzaga coverage, don't worry, we got you covered with live press conferences all morning long. At 9:50, the Georgia players and their head coach take questions. Then at 10:35, it's Gonzaga and Coach Mark Few. To watch, all you got to do, go to KXLY+.
You may notice more people cleaning up downtown Spokane over the next few weeks. The big events like the Pacific Northwest Qualifier Volleyball Tournament and the NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament. The city anticipates thousands of visitors through the end of the month for those and much more, and that's why people are dedicating extra efforts to make the city cleaner. But for the next few weeks, they are cleaning up seven days a week in areas that need the most help, while normally they just clean up sporadically.
A calm and sunny morning in the inland Northwest. Beautiful sunrise ongoing right now. We are going to see those conditions continue through the morning. We'll be in the 40s by about 11 o'clock. Expect us to cloud over during the middle portion of the day. So cloudy skies after lunchtime and a chance for a few sprinkles as we head into your evening commute. We'll continue to see more wet weather through the overnight and the potential for even a little bit of rain and snow mix in the early morning.
The city of Spokane and the Spokane Fire Department are getting ready for wildfire season. Preparing for this includes making sure there's water in storage to be pulled out of fire hydrants and making sure there are backup generators for the machines that pump the water to the hydrants. The fire department encourages everyone to take a look at their property and get rid of any pine needles or other dry material that could catch fire if an ember were to land on it.
Crews are working against the clock to replace failed floodgates on 4th of July Creek in Kootenai County. The East Side Highway District is worried about the area east of Highway 3 where 4th of July Creek meets the Coeur d'Alene River. The district says it has a week to replace the failed infrastructure before water levels start to rise. If the project isn't done on time, hundreds, like 600 acres of land could flood as a result.
Overnight, Russia launched missiles and drones into Ukraine. Ukraine's military reported that 72 drones were shot down and another 56 were lost in flight without causing damage. This comes after President Trump and Vladimir Putin talked for about 2 hours yesterday. By the end of the call, Putin did not agree to a 30-day ceasefire deal, but he did agree to pause attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure. And as a sign of goodwill, Russia and Ukraine are set to release prisoners today. Trump also has a call with the president of Ukraine at 7 o'clock this morning. For updates on that call, tune in to Good Morning America.
You can show support for Ukraine and local refugees this evening. Thrive International will hold a rally at 5:30 at its location on 4th Avenue. Yesterday, some of those Ukrainian refugees shared their fears with Eastern Washington Congressman Michael Baumgartner.
I'm here at the Salvation Army of Spokane's food bank, which feeds 200 families every single day. And Captain David Kane says that number has only continued to grow, but it could all slow down due to some proposed budget cuts. Governor Bob Ferguson is proposing cutting funds to food banks as part to address Washington's historic budget shortfall. None of this is set in stone yet, and you can track the latest developments on our website, KXLY.com.
A wrongful death lawsuit has been filed against a Washington State Patrol trooper who allegedly hit and killed a man with her car. According to investigators, 35-year-old Sarah Clayson was off duty when she hit 20-year-old Jose Vega Sanchez. It happened on Highway 240 near Richland earlier this month. Police say Clayson declined a field sobriety test. They later determined she was impaired at the time of the crash and was charged with vehicular manslaughter.
And we'll be back with a final check of weather with meteorologist Matt Gray coming up right after this commercial break. Beautiful sunrise.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley County.
Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
Spike, I brought you here today because I've always admired your high energy and your positive attitude. So I want to hire you at Cal Cars.
just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. And we'll always be there on 4 News Now.
Oh, an incredible way to start your Wednesday. Sun coming up here before 7 a.m., the sun setting after 7 p.m. It's wonderful to have spring here in the Inland Northwest. Officially the first day of spring tomorrow. We'll have a little rain snow mix to start that day. Soggy on Friday. It looks like the wettest day of the upcoming 7 days. A break for the start of your weekend with more rain on Sunday and then some huge changes late in the week. I think a lot of people are going to be looking forward to this as we warm up into the mid-60s. How about that?
How about that? Sounds great.
Sure does.
Looking forward to it. Well, thanks for starting your day with us on Good Morning Northwest.
We'll see you throughout GMA with live local updates. We'll send you to GMA right now.